Alright, what's going on? I always hate doing these videos because, God, it's cringe and I can never be natural. Just recording a video, it's like you're holding a gun to my head, but I'm just gonna try to keep it casual. I'm not gonna edit it too much, just to, hopefully make a series of videos where it just kind of shows you how I map, how I got into it, and, just the way that I do it. I figured I've been mapping for about 8 years. I might as well make some kind of tutorial or something to help people either get into it or, whatever. So this first video is just going to go over getting the stuff on your computer that you need. There's going to be additional programs that we're going to install later on, but that'll be, finalized sort of programs like Vide or Packrat. But these first three are just going to be the ones that we're going to use in this video, except for CompilePal. But so the first one's Hammer++. I'll also put all the description or all the links in the description. But the first one, Hammer++, I was a stark non-believer of Hammer++ for a while. I used the regular hammer, and God was I stupid. That was the dumbest thing on earth. Hammer++ is a godsend. You can look on this website for everything it does better. Whoever made this, I want to make out with him, but it's insane. It's incredible program. It's very good. So first we'll download this. You just click Gary's Mod. I'm at for Gary's Mod, so this tutorial's mainly gonna be for Gary's Mod. So you'll just click that, download it. Then the next thing we're gonna grab is CompilePal. Now I use V27. This is V28. It functions the exact same. This just has some other stuff in it that I don't really care about, but I guess these fixes and stuff. But yeah, download this if you can find the fucking download link, which I haven't. I might just be stupid, but I can't.
2,000 years later.
Okay, here we go. Found it. Download this. Alright, final thing you're going to grab is VTF Edit here. I use the old VTF Edit. It's the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. You can use this. First step 2. Hammer++ will not work on any other version, so you need to be on this version of Gary's Mod. If you don't know how to do that, you just right click on this, properties, go to betas, boom, right there. Alright, so to install Hammer++, you'll get this folder here from your downloads folder, and then you want to find the location of where your Gary's Mod is installed, and you'll want to get to this folder, and then you'll just drag this bin into this folder, and that'll add everything into the bin. Alright, so next part, we're going to just make a texture. Now I just grabbed this brick texture off of Google. Doesn't really matter. You can make your own textures, whatever. You can use GIMP. You can use any other program that allows for image editing. But I use Photoshop. Now, Gary's Mod textures or source textures typically like to be within the dimensions of like 256. So what I mean by that is 256 by 256 or 512 by 512, 1024 by 1024. You could do any type of that. So you could do 1024 by 512, or you could do 256 by 128. So yeah, as long as you stick to those dimensions, your texture will be just fine. Obviously this isn't perfect, but I don't really care right now. This is just going to be a test. So we'll just save this as, test file. Save. And it is, 512 by 512. So now that we have this texture, we're going to open VTF Edit here. So once we got the texture, we're going to hit File, Import here, and we're going to bring in our test file. Now these formats here, I can go in depth later on if we want to make more complicated textures down the road. I can go into another more detail with that. But for now, let's just stick to DXT5. and we'll go ahead and import that. So here's the texture. So we'll just save this as, test file. Oops. And it should come in right here. Okay, and then we're going to click File New. So now this is the VMT file for that texture we just created. So in order to keep your textures organized, we're going to go ahead and create a folder in your materials folder with your name, whatever you want to call it. But I already have one here, so I'm just going to put it in. I'll just make a new folder here. Just call this tutorial. You can call it whatever. So now that we have this folder, we'll go ahead and base the texture off of this. So light map generic just means that this texture is going to receive light. There are a multitude of different variants you can use here. I think only like 3 total. Might be more. But for now, just keep it light map generic. So then here is where you're going to want to put your, basically where is this calling to? What VTF is this calling to? So you'll just tab in once and then, quotations, base texture. Okay, close that quote. Reopen another quote. Then you're going to grab this from here onward. So it'll be Bananakin tutorial. And then what is the VTF called? So VTF is just called test file. Close it. Then we'll go ahead and save this. I typically call the VTF and the VMT the exact same, so just call it test file, just to keep track. It doesn't technically have to be, but it's just easier. Then we'll just drag those in there. So that's how you create textures. We'll pull them up when we get in there. Okay, so now we're going to launch Hammer++ here. So I already have it open, but it'll be located in your bin folder in this Win64, and then you'll double click this exe here. I pin it to my taskbar just because I'm in this program every day of my life and I can't escape it. Please help me. Anyway, we're going to create a new file just to make sure that our texture works. And as you can see, it's already over here, but we will verify that it works here, and we can also find it here by typing in test file. So that worked. Okay, now we did also install CompilePal, but I'll be holding that off until we get further into the process of this. Let me know if this video was helpful. I have at least 3 videos planned after this one, and we'll get at least, the basic foundation down, and hopefully maybe more after that. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to join my Discord. I'll answer any questions there.